how much did this season mean to you, especially this past month? You were out there a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you want to see an Omaha lineup, like that's what it looks like, man. And you can't you can't throw your B stuff out there. To beat this team, you have to have your A+ stuff. And I really can't say enough about this Florida lineup, man. I saw them twice, gave me hell twice. Obviously came out on the right end of it the first time around, and wrong side of it today. Part of that was Hurston Waldrop. If you want to see what first round baseball looks like, that's a first round guy. But this season's it's meant everything to me. Like guys like Pet coming in as a freshman, like what the hell was that this year? Like people don't do that. Petrie's 19 years old and should be in the big leagues right now or something. But I'm just I don't think I'll really ever know what this team meant to me. Every day it was just playing baseball with my best friend, and I think everyone saw that with the way that we played, even when we were struggling. It was an unbelievable year, 42 wins, so gotta be happy with that.
Ethan, kind of a similar question for you. How do you kind of sum up this season now that you're through a full freshman year?
It was probably one of the greatest experiences of my life. I mean, I met one of my bestest friends and all of my bestest friends now, and they're great kids. And I mean, I made great friendship with Jack, and he's been a great mentor for me. Same with Braylon Wimmer and Will McGillis and Caleb Denny. Like they're great kids, and it sucks to see them leave, but it's the way life goes.
Jack, I know when you guys were going through that tough stretch, you're very vocal in your support of, this is a good team. We're gonna, figure this out. I guess, how would you describe the character of this team in the way that it was able to battle and face those tough moments and be able to still get to a super?
I mean, it's truly nothing that I've experienced before. It was part of a group that the only voice that mattered was the voice inside that building. Having a leader like Coach King, having a leader like Monty, and the guys in the locker room too. Like, sometimes it gets a little rough around here when you're losing, if I'm being honest. And we didn't care. Like, we knew we were good. We knew we were going to make a run. And we just loved each other every day. I think when I sat on that podium after Tennessee talking to you guys, like, that kind of came from my heart. And this team just played with our heart, played emotional. I think that's why this sucks so bad. 42 wins, though, like, that's awesome. And just even better guys. So it was a great year.
Ethan, what was the difference in Waldrop today versus the first time y'all faced him?
We were just chasing a lot of pitches, kind of like the game was sped up on us, and we were just chasing balls in the dirt. And our approach last time was have a top part of the zone, and we weren't executing that part, and we were just chasing balls in the dirt. He threw, 1-2 counts, 0-2 counts. He's 15% strikes to lefties and 22% strikes to righties. So we just had to see it up, and we didn't, and we were just chasing down.
Jack.
Yeah, Jack, if someone would have told you in January or February that you guys would be playing for a chance to go to Omaha after, finishing under 500 last year, what would you have said to them?
Hell yeah. Yeah. Games like today and games like this weekend, it's why you come to South Carolina. The fan base, the coaches, just the people in Columbia, like, they make this place so special. And wearing this uniform has been, without a doubt, the greatest honor of my whole life. And kind of being able to be a group of, the captains this year, it's something I'm going to tell my kids about if I'm lucky enough. I don't know, playing for King, playing for all these coaches, they coach the right way, they get the right guys, and it's just a big family. So.
Ethan, how frustrating is it when you go against a pitcher like Waldrop? You appear to get stronger and harder to solve as the game went on. From the 5th to the 8th inning, I think he had like 9 of his 13 strikeouts.
Yeah, it's pretty frustrating. I mean, like Jack said, he's a first-round talent, and we got him good the first time, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't letting that happen again. So glad we don't have to see him next year, but good luck to them in Omaha.
Emma?
For players, Jack just what do you see from this younger group coming up when you're looking towards the future and towards next year? And Ethan, just kind of how do you see your role maybe changing going into next season after, having a year of experience under you?
I think the future is very bright in Columbia. You look out on the field, and you have so many returning guys, so many returning pieces, so many returning leaders. Like, I think sometimes in this day and age, like, programs fall into a lull of, like, upperclassmen have to lead. Like, that wasn't the case here. Like, Ethan Petrie hit 376 as a freshman in college in the SEC. 376, if you didn't hear me. That doesn't happen very often. Ethan's going to be a really special player in Columbia. Cole Messina, Talmadge, and Tippett. You can't explain how hard it was, what Tippett did this year for us. So, future's very bright, and I'm honored to kind of be a part of that.
Yeah, I just feel like I want to be that leader next year with alongside Cole and whoever else wants to step up with us. I'm happy to have them step up with us.
Any more questions from the players? Go.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience, by the way, letting me get here. Thank you.
Coach, you make an opening statement and we'll open up.
Yeah, look, Waldrop was incredible today. I mean, there's just no two ways about it. He was incredible. He would have beat anybody in the country today. He was on a mission, and he was as good as I've seen in that situation maybe in 20 years. For a guy to pitch like that, to carry his team to Omaha, he put them on his back, and you got to give him credit. So disappointed that we won't be the team going to Omaha, but it wasn't for lack of fight. We're one of the best teams in the country. We just ran into a buzzsaw tonight.
Mark, obviously your best season by results here at South Carolina. Just what can you say about the journey that these teams took, the hot start and then carrying it through the rough patch to get here?
Yeah, as I told the guys, they learned an awful lot this year, non-baseball lessons. We were, for 40 games, the best team in the country. Then for a month, we struggled, and then we got it going. We took a step back. We made some adjustments. We stuck together through thick and thin, and there's just so much that these guys will be able to take with them for the rest of their lives about lessons, about teamwork, about discipline, about sacrifice. So many things go into why athletics can be great for people. And so, I pray that these guys will be much better people long term for having been a part of this great journey, because it wasn't easy. The easy journeys don't teach you much. This was a hell of a journey at times, and I told them they can walk out of here with their chins up and their chest out.
We'll go Michael and Alan.
What did you learn about yourself, I guess, this year, just as a coach, as far as adjusting maybe your approach, your style, as far as working transfer portal the way that you did? Is there things that you can apply maybe moving forward?
Yeah, Mike, I don't want to really make this about me, Michael, and I appreciate the question. I made a concerted effort this year to just try to make sure that I pushed these guys, but also allowed them to have fun much more than I ever have, and encouraged the love among each other, and encouraged them to enjoy the process much more than I ever have. And along the way, they helped me do the same. And I think that's the biggest thing I'll take. How we build rosters moving forward, I think that question's for another day. But I appreciate the question.
We'll go Alan.
You mentioned Walter being the best thing you've seen in this situation. What did you see from him, and maybe what was different about him today when you got to him in April?
I mean, he threw, obviously over half, probably close to 65% off-speed pitches, and they were electric. I mean, we had no answers, and nobody would have had any answers for the way he pitched today. That's just the bottom line. He was incredible. They brought him here for a reason. The guy had 129 strikeouts going into today, I think. I mean, he's arguably the best pitcher in the country, and so sometimes you just have to tip your cap. He was on a mission, as Pat said, and we just, nobody would have had any answers for him today.
What did you see this year that gives you encouragement going into next year?
Yeah, it just, look, we showed that we have the ability still to be one of the best programs in the country. And until we had some adversity, we were. And sometimes the best teams don't get to Omaha, I think we're one of the best 8 teams in the country. We just, because of some things that happened, we had to come on the road for a super regional against a team that has a good chance to win the national championship. It doesn't mean that we're not one of the elite teams in the country. It just means we faced them this weekend instead of maybe in Omaha, which could have happened, had we been able to stay the course like it looked like we were for a long time.
Mark, I know you've talked about all year trying to let loose a little bit and let these guys have fun, but do you feel like this is the most fun year you've had in your tenure at South Carolina so far?
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do with a lot of the guys in that locker room. Wimmer has really evolved and grown up, and I'm so proud of him. And Will McGillis brought such a professional, classy approach to our locker room, and Cole Messina evolving into what he was, and Ethan Petrie becoming a star in front of our eyes, and the Jack Mahoneys and the James Hicks and the Will Sanders, just on and on. Just when this journey is with good people and kids that you really appreciate, it just makes it that much better. And so, yeah, this was a year that we won't forget and that we want to build on.
Jack mentioned that leadership didn't just come from the upperclassmen this year. I guess, what did you notice from some of the younger guys, the leadership qualities that they showed?
Yeah, well, we started 5 underclassmen tonight. Obviously, Petrie and Cole are going to be the guys moving forward, but there's many others that will be able to stand up as we move forward, both on the pitching staff and from the position player group. There's a lot of guys that now have gotten a taste of how close and the pain of getting this close to Omaha and not getting there. So we'll have a lot of guys that will really be driven and have a chip on their shoulder moving forward, and that can be a good thing.
Can you describe what the last team meeting was like out there tonight?
Just a lot of the same things we're talking about here, that they should be proud of themselves, that they had one of the better years that Gamecocks have had in a long time, that they have a lot of bright futures. I told them I was proud of how they've represented South Carolina the entire year. On top of being one of the elite baseball teams in the country, they set an all-time record for grade point average. To be able to do both of those is very impressive, and it's something I'm very appreciative to them. And I said thank you probably 100 times in that meeting because I just appreciate this group of kids. I appreciate who they are, what they've done, and also where they're going.
Yeah, I know you said you don't want to make it about you, and I'm not, but considering the season you had last year and how far you got this year, do you have a sense of internal satisfaction, vindication at all to where you took the team this year?
I don't have time for that, Phil. And again, I appreciate the questions just like with Michael, but I'm thinking about the kids and the team right now. That's, those things are the last thing on my mind.
Any answer, Coach?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.